Today I'm going to be breaking down No Fake Love by Queen Naija and NBA Youngboy, where as usual I'm going to be talking you through the various elements that I'm picking up on as we go through it. Now before we do actually go ahead and get into the video, if you're interested in my setup, i.e. headphones, mic, camera, there's links to those in the description below, so go ahead, check those out. Also, if you are on TikTok and you want to give us a follow, you want to show us some love, then by all means feel free. Right, let's get into some new music.
Better be careful what you say to me. Quick to cut a nigga off so gracefully. I got the power to make a way for me. I don't need, I better make a way for me. Talk shit, but they ain't gon' never say to me. Maybe because they know ain't no replacing me. I've been there and done that, ain't no phasing me. I don't need no fake love. So many bands are.
Okay, right, so we're going to stop it there. Let's cover off the intro. Let's cover off the chorus because we are about to get into the first verse. So the first thing that we hear when the intro is opened up is we get that A. Marie sample. Now, for anybody that doesn't know, this track is sampled from an A. Marie track and it's called Why Don't We Fall in Love. If you haven't checked it out, it's an absolute banger, right? So please do go ahead, check it out. Proper old school vibe. So that's what we're hearing in that intro. We have snippets of Queen Naija's vocals with the intro as well, but the intro is quite short, which I like because, as you know, I'm not a big fan of long intros. We then get into the chorus. This is where the beat comes in, the bass, that sample's carried over. We get Queen Naija's vocals, but there are a couple of things that I want you to pay attention to within the chorus. So firstly, let's touch on the vocals, right? What you notice is that there's this kind of call and response thing happening with the vocals. You get the lead vocal and then you get that response, but that response, it's layered, stacked, harmonized, and it's a real nice touch. Another thing that you'll notice is that actually in terms of the instrumental, the key, the tone, the flow, it's quite repetitive, right? Both in the first and the second segment. But what they do to kind of give us a little bit of a breakup in that is they give us a key change in the second segment. And what helps to transition from that first segment into the second segment is it's actually quite subtle, right? So we don't actually have any big cuts, crashes, or anything like that. We just have a subtle shift within the rhythm of the beat, but we also get some effects that are put onto the vocal. We get like this stutter effect, and then boom, we hit that second segment of the first verse. So let's go back, let's listen. Right, there's the sample. Beat and bass. Responses. There. Key change. There. So many bands are running through. So much that I want to do. Starting to become so clear to me. Need more than love, I need loyalty. Like about my own, I don't need a loan. Don't need no chaperone. More responses in there as well. Every outcome is covered in stone. If you ain't on my type of time, then leave me alone. You can't deny it, baby, I'm fire. Ain't nobody fucking with me. If I'm too much to handle, then leave. I'm a force by myself every time, I'm a bet on me. Okay, right, so we're about to head back into the chorus. So let's cover off what we've heard in the first verse and in the pre-chorus. So there's a couple of things that we want to pay attention to here. So the first thing that we notice is that we actually got some common themes. So earlier we discussed tone, key, you know, instrumental, and this repetitiveness within the track. Well, that actually carries over, and again, even within the first verse, the only thing that separates that is this key change. Another common theme that we hear are the response vocals, but also within the first verse, we actually do get some ad-libs in there as well. But definitely response vocals in the second segment of the first verse, and again, layered, stacked, harmonized. We then get into the pre-chorus, and what we notice is the beat gets taken out, the bass is in there, but pay attention to the vocals. Definitely, you know, way more layered, way more stacked, much more present on the track, and you notice that now we've got multiple harmonies at play here. And the final thing to pay attention attention to within the pre-chorus is that we get this additional instrument. Sounds like horns that are being brought in there, possibly a trumpet. That's something that we haven't heard, or I at least haven't heard up to this point. So let's go back, let's listen.
Because they know ain't no replacing me. I've been there and done that, ain't no phasing me. I don't need
First verse coming in.
so many bands I'm running through. So much that I wanna do.
Ad-lib.
Starting to become
Vocal run.
Need more than love, I need loyalty. Like I buy my own,
Responses now.
Don't need no chaperone, I'm already grown. Got an ABR chrome, it's clever as stone. If you ain't on my type of time, then leave me alone. You can't deny it, baby, I'm tired. Ain't nobody fucking with me.
This is how present and harmonized the vocals are now.
I'm a force by myself every time I'm a bet on me. You better be careful what you say to
Back
me.
into the chorus.
To cut a nigga off so gracefully. I got the power to make 'em wait for me. I don't need, I bet a nigga wait for me.
More responses.
They gon' never say to me. Because they know ain't no replacing me. I've been there and done that, ain't no phasing me. I don't need no fake love.
Promise me to lie this far. Get mad once we get out and talk loud. I know you got your own, I just wanna hold you down. For me, you do the same, I'm who to blame. I kept fake love around. And I know your friends just talk shit, but ain't bout shit. See this Rolls Royce, I bought this. See that mountaintop and the house on it that's paid for, ain't no rent. How you talk to me about love and this you show me? I ain't what you like, then coach me. How you just gon' up and throw me? And I can't deny it, admit I was lying. I love you, but this I don't need.
Okay, right, let's stop it there. You know, I know we're into the pre-chorus, but I've kind of heard enough. I know what's going to happen here. So let's talk about NBA Youngboy's verse and his contribution to the pre-chorus. The first thing that we actually notice with NBA Youngboy is we get a mix of on-beat and off-beat delivery. More off-beat, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not particularly a fan of, you know, generally, but it does work in this case. Another thing that you notice is that when he's in key, that auto-tune definitely is being ramped up, but it does begin to get stripped back when he enters into a more sort of like rapping tone, if you like. Another thing to pay attention to is the amount of ad-libs that are in the mix in NBA Youngboy's verse, and this is not uncommon, particularly with this type of kind of flow delivery. And just, you know, generally in hip hop and rap music, they do it a lot to really help pad those vocals out. We then get into the pre-chorus and we get some common themes. So the track is stripped back again. You notice that the vocals are enhanced, they're leveled up, they're much more present. We got harmonies going on. Queen Naija actually makes an appearance in NBA Youngboy's pre-chorus. But one thing that is different is that there are no horns in this pre-chorus. Instead, what we get is we get this variance within the pianos. Pianos are definitely much more prominent in this pre-chorus than what they were. Well, actually, I don't think they were even present within Queen Naija's pre-chorus. Let's go back. Let's listen.
But they ain't gon' never say to me, because they know ain't no replacing me.
Right, coming in.
Promise me to lie this far. Get mad once we get out and talk.
Hear the auto-tune.
I know you got your own, I just wanna hold you down. For me,
listen to the ad-libs. Off-beat.
Talk shit, but ain't bout shit. See this Rolls Royce, I bought this. See that mountaintop and the house on it that's paid for, ain't no rent. How you talk to me about love and this you show me? I ain't what you like, then coach me. How you just gon' up and throw me? And I can't deny
it. Back.
Admit I was lying. I love you, but this I don't
Hear the vocals getting leveled up.
Girl thinking that is me, but you don't wanna be kept in your type.
Hear the pianos.
Yeah.
You better be careful what you say.
Back into the chorus now.
To cut a nigga off so gracefully. I got the power to make 'em wait for me. I don't need, I bet a nigga wait for me.
Love that key change, man.
Because they know ain't no replacing me. I've been there and done that, ain't no phasing me. I don't need no fake love.
Outro now.
Better be careful.
Yeah, bangs, mate. Really good use of that sample from A. Marie's track as well. Like, honestly, really well done, well executed. Okay, that's it for me. If you want to see more reaction and analyses videos, there'll be things popping up on the screen right now. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.